Bill Clinton has taken on a lot of roles since leaving the presidency. The most news-making has been that of international diplomat.
I think Clinton not only sees himself as a global statesman, but as the global statesman.
Clinton still has the stature of a head of state, but is free of the responsibilities of governing. He now has the time and freedom to take on difficult and sometimes sensitive missions. In March 2009, two American journalists, Laura Ling and Yuna Lee, are on assignment in China when they stray into North Korea. They are captured and sentenced to 12 years hard labor. At North Korea's request, Bill Clinton travels as a citizen intermediary to handle their release.
Other people had offered to go and to try to deal with and talk to the North Korean government. I have my own speculation, but it's nothing more than speculation, which is that I think that Kim Jong-il wanted to interact with President Clinton.
Former White House Chief of Staff John Podesta accompanied Clinton.
I'll remember it for my whole life. They took us to the hotel. We demanded to see the young journalists, and the doors swung open, and the two of them were there. They saw President Clinton standing there, and they just literally fell into his arms.
When we walked in through the doors, we saw standing before us President Bill Clinton. We were shocked, but we knew instantly in our hearts that the nightmare of our lives was finally coming to an end.
In January 2010, an earthquake measured at 7 points on the Richter scale crushes the nation of Haiti. More than 230,000 people are killed. 1 million people lose their homes. Even the presidential palace is left in ruins. Bill Clinton steps forward again to help.
When something like this happens, he's the first one to go. I mean, you got to hold him back a little bit. But as soon as they let him go, he's gone.
Clinton has a strong personal connection to Haiti. He and Hillary first visited in 1975, shortly after their wedding. And as president, he threatened a U.S. invasion of the country to return the elected president Jean-Bertrand Aristide to power after he was pushed from office in a military coup. It worked.
The dictators have recognized that it is in their best interest and in the best interest of the Haitian people to relinquish power peacefully.
After the earthquake, President Obama asked Clinton to help direct the U.S. relief. This time, his assigned partner is the younger George Bush.
They developed a good, close personal relationship. They want to work together. But honestly, who wouldn't step up to the plate if he can help people?
Bill Clinton's international leadership is an unofficial counterpart to his wife's official role as America's top diplomat. The Secretary of State and the former president seem to be everywhere at once, circling the globe, each in their own orbit, communicating by satellite. Their work is separate. Their grand interests unite them. In October 2010, the Secretary of State hosts the U.S. Northern Ireland Economic Conference in Washington. 3 weeks earlier, Bill Clinton had traveled at her request to Northern Ireland.
Working on the Irish peace process was one of the 2 or 3 great honors of my life. And I thank you, all of you, for proving that peace is possible.
As president, Bill Clinton played an historic role in ending decades of sectarian violence and terror between Northern Ireland's Protestant and Catholic communities. Clinton jumpstarted peace talks between the warring factions, mediating by telephone from the Oval Office. The final agreement, called the Good Friday Accord, was history-changing.
Parties have made brave decisions. They have chosen hope over hate, the promise of the future over the poison of the past.
And the whole Good Friday Accords, how they looking now?
I think, look, there have been some tensions, but I really believe that the fact that the two leaders here are focused together on this economic problem proves that the peace process worked. I just looked around today, and it feels so normal as compared to 1995.
Normal between the communities.
Normal between the communities, and normal, everybody's out working. They don't have to show up for some American politician or anything else.
But you got a great reception here, though.
Yeah, but their lives are under control.
It's clear President Clinton has returned to Northern Ireland for something more than a victory lap. He's here to help again, this time as a civic booster to help revitalize the ailing economy. No detail is too small for his attention.
The global shortage of fresh fish and the rise of aquaculture in Northern Ireland is an enormous opportunity for you. You had fewer than 500,000 tourists last year. There should be at least 1 million people coming here every year as tourists. There's an enormous opportunity here to fund new artists and craftspeople.
Bill Clinton is renowned for the breadth and depth of his knowledge. Just name the subject.
While he was president, the last term, we went up to the U.S. Open up in New York, the tennis tournament. John McEnroe came over and sat with the president for a little bit of time. And all of a sudden, I see the president's over there using his hands, talking to John McEnroe about how he should grip the tennis racket. So McEnroe and his daughters leave, and I said, Mr. President, why were you giving John McEnroe tips on how to hold? You don't even play tennis. Here you are telling one of the greatest stars of all time of tennis how to hold the racket without missing a beat. Oh, Mac, I really thought I could help him with it.
Since leaving office, Clinton's intellectual curiosity has blossomed.
I'm still learning things. I'm interested in learning things. I hope I can finally understand physics before I leave the earth. But I also, have a little more time now. I still spend about an hour a day thinking about the economy. I think that you're supposed to keep learning until you don't have any more time left.
Bill Clinton's post-presidential focus is international in scope, but he keeps an eye on and a hand in American politics.
That's what I'm telling you. This is a choice, and you better make the right choice for yourself and your children and your grandchildren and your future.